Now, some of you baby mothers aren't going to like me anymore, and that's okay, okay? I'm sorry for you. But I think it's about time somebody raises this issue, and who better to do it than a baby mama herself who has a less than good baby father, or a less than bad, because he's even, he's down there with the deadbeat daddies. He's down in that cesspool. But we're not talking about baby daddies today. We're talking about the baby mothers who belong down there in the cesspool with those dirty baby fathers. Okay, and some of you guys aren't going to like this, but this kind of ties into my ladies invest in your pride, part 2, the excuses. So let's talk about it. Okay, now let's talk about instinct, or maternal instinct. Let's talk about human nature, or common human nature, or even animal nature. I mean, when an animal has a child, that animal doesn't say, hey, let's take dogs for instance. When a dog has puppies, it doesn't say, oh my god, all the other dogs are going to the dog park today because there's a big jam going down at the dog park. So you know what? Let me just hand these puppies off on my sister over here or something, so I can head down to the dog park and have some fun. So, she'll take care of her puppies and then go on about her business after, right? Right, because that's what animals do. They take care of their young and then they go on about their business and chill out and relax after. So let's talk about it, because just like some girls want to look ridiculous with jacked up face makeup and clothes makeshiftly put together and frigged up synthetic hair that looks like it came out of friggin' the same thing that makes, what's that, cheese strings business. Let's talk about it. If you can't afford to have a job, aka you're on welfare, and you're up in the clubs flossing and you have a kid that you're not taking care of, you should be labeled as just as much a shitty person as the deadbeat fathers who don't even poop on their children. Right? Right. I think, and this includes the baby mothers that like to sit there and harass and hound down their baby fathers for money only to go get their hair and nails did, and then their kids are still snotty-nosed and hungry. Okay, this is for you too, because you're also a quote piece of shit. Now, why do I call you a piece of shit? That's not nice. I realize that's not nice. But you know what else is not nice? Going to the salon for 2 hours and getting your nails done, okay, while your children are hungry at home, and you're spending that welfare check on synthetic lace fronts, and 12-inch nails, and 6-inch eyelashes, and ugly blue contacts. So I think it's about time somebody talks a little bit raw and real to you females out there. Especially the ones that like to go on hype and act like they're cute, and they don't even have custody of their children. When animals have children, they deal with their pick-me-them. They don't go pawn them off on other people or give them away so they can go live the party life, okay? And if your children were taken away from you and you're not a fit mother, you should not be in the club or doing anything else except trying to fix whatever the hell is wrong with you so you can get your children back, okay? So, yeah, just like everybody wants to bitch about how men like to take off or whatever, and men need to step up and be in their children's lives and all that, let's talk about the females that need to do the same damn thing. And I think it's almost worse when a woman is a deadbeat mother versus a father being a deadbeat. Because at the end of the day, look at it like this. A man, in order to become that deadbeat father, all he did was got off and ejaculated. That's all he did, was had sex and ejaculated. But for a woman to be a deadbeat mother, you done had to carry that child for 9 months, take care of your health in order to successfully carry that child for 9 months. Then you had to go through the bitch-ass pain of pushing out that child and going through childbirth and labor. And Yeah, so that's like you felt that human life growing inside of you, and you now would prefer to go and party at some bullshit club in Scarborough or downtown Toronto or Brampton or wherever the hell you like to party, wherever you are, New York City, LA, wherever you are, Jamaica, wherever you are, rather than take care of the life that is spawned from your DNA. You need to see something wrong with that. You absolutely need to see something wrong with that. And if you don't, then you need to see something wrong with yourself. But chances are, if you didn't see something wrong with that, you won't see something wrong with yourself. But let me tell you right now, you should not be mixed up in, oh, I need a man, or I'm in this relationship, or none of that shit if you don't have your kid. Don't be looking nowhere else. You should be focused on getting you right to get your children back in your life. Okay, don't try and add nothing to it. Don't be looking to go to no parties every weekend or shopping and doing... no, you're not even minding your children. Okay? And then that's that. Let's talk about the other baby mothers who have their kids and who use their kids as pawns, or use the court as their little whip behind their baby fathers. Like, oh, I'll take you to court. I'll take you to court. And what? Let me tell you, men who have these stupid women in your life. Let me tell you what to do with these women. You see, when she comes with that whole court talk, tell her go on true, okay? But you can only do that if you're a legitimate father, if you're doing what you're supposed to do. And let me tell you why. You can take her to court. You can go get those same papers she was going to take your ass to court for child support and visitation and whatever else you would like to deal with, custody, all that jazz, and you can fill them out in response to something that hasn't even come yet. You start the action. You say, look, I'm tired of dealing with this crazy bitch. She done lost her mind. She can't go over the fact that the relationship is done and I don't want nothing to do with her. I just want to deal with my kids. So she keeps using the visitation of my children as a little pawn to get me to do this and get me to do that. And she wants $1 million a month so she can go and shop it down and buy her next man a phone and do all kinds of shit and get her nails done and her hair dits. So I'm tired of dealing with her. So how about can we deal with this? And guess what? Guess what, men? You can go to court and they will assess your income based on the number of children you have and the basic set amount for child support in that instance. Okay? It is a table chart. I'm sure whatever city you live in, whatever province, state, whatever the case may be, you can Google the child support guidelines. Child support guidelines, okay? And if you go in there, there will be a nice, beautiful chart. Okay? I can confirm this for Ontario because that's where I went to school. I know whatever family court information in Ontario. Beautiful little chart. You just find your income range, your salary or whatever it is on the chart. You move your finger over to the number of children that you have for that woman. And then you move your finger over some more. And you find the set amount for the month. And that's what it is. It's not based on what sob story she goes and tells the judge. It's not based on how cute she looks in court. It's not based on how much money she feels she needs because she knows she needs to somehow budget in her lace front and her nails. No. It's a straight basic amount, so take her ass to court. And guess what? They even have mediators where you can go and drop off your children and do that exchange without ever having to see her. They're the mediating person to make sure the children are safely exchanged between parents. Any parent can take somebody to court whether or not they live with the children or not. If you don't want to deal with your baby mother, baby father, take it to court, done. Everything's legitimate. Nobody's getting favored. What's favored is the best interest of the child. So women need to stop using this as an excuse. And women need to stop cleaning out their baby fathers of their good money so they can go shop and do this, this, and that. If you're on welfare, you shouldn't be getting your nails done. You should be getting a job, which probably, starting off, if you're Burger King, you can't have on no big long nails because you're dealing with people's food, so you shouldn't be getting your nails done anyways. Go find a job. Get off of welfare. You shouldn't be doing your hair or none of those things if you're on welfare. You should be trying to set example for your children to not be dependent on a government system that will keep you locked down and chained in a system where you cannot prosper or be successful. Teach your children that it is possible to have some ambition, some drive, and get their shit together and get on the road and move along with your life no matter how hard it may be. God never gives you something more than you can handle, right? Right, that's a true saying. You guys choose to not face it. You choose to try not to handle it. You choose to keep yourself down there. You choose to not do things because watch this. A lot of girls will be on welfare with all these children. Why do you keep having more children if you couldn't afford the first one? If you are on welfare with the first one, you shouldn't have a second. You shouldn't have a third. Keep your damn legs closed if you don't know what a Jimmy is. It's that simple. And I bet you a lot of these girls have talent too. If you know how to do hair and you're doing weaves out of your house and you're on social assistance, why aren't you applying for at a salon to get a job? What's wrong with that? You know how to do nails and makeup and all that shit, and you're doing it for your friends to go to the club. What's wrong with applying for a job? What's wrong for applying to OSAP to trying to get into esthetician school and do something with yourself? There's ways to elevate yourself, and you have talents you choose not to recognize, and then you choose to use our tax money. So baby mothers, you guys need to smarten up and stop the bullshit. If you don't have your kids, work to get them back, and that's the only thing you should be doing. Stay out of the clubs before I have to call your ass out on.